right, beautiful people. Welcome back to another amazing and impactful episode of the True Health Forever podcast, where we try to live our best life through the lens of holistic health. I'm your host, Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, and as usual, I have with me the corny, the beautiful, the curl-rific, the ring-popping, potluck shirt wearing, cargo pants, swag out. Please introduce yourself.
It's always funny to hear that because you wait for like a big ta-da, and then you go, please introduce yourself. What's up, party people? My name is Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd, and excited to join you on a Sunday afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So we'll get into a brief weekly check-in. Gotta check in on your vitals. We hope y'all are checking in on your own frequencies, your own vitals on a weekly basis. Like as you listen to this podcast on a daily or weekly, really check in with yourself. Be like, you know what, person, how am I? Person, how am I feeling right now? How are my frequencies? What goals am I working towards this week, this month, for the rest of this amazing 2020 year that we've been experiencing? It's just been nothing but positivity. But yeah, make sure that y'all definitely check in with yourselves. But Queen, check in with you. How you doing? How you feeling? What's going on?
Feeling pretty good. I feel like this week I was back on my energy levels were a little bit higher than they have been.
Nice.
So that's good. I feel like I was back on my grind a little bit more.
Any grind in particular? Like when you say back on your grind, which grind are you working towards?
Well, specifically for this week, back to I wanted to make sure that every day that I did some type of movement, some type of back on my
fitness grind.
Fitness, and not even so much fitness, but just moving your body every day.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily have to be running a mile, but there's one day where I was super sore, so I just did a little stretching and light workout. But yeah, back on. I feel good. I feel.
You look good.
Yeah, thanks, babe.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
You too.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to keep it funky in here. Thanks, appreciate it. More updates on your side week.
I'm still sore from the sprints that I did on Monday.
On Monday. Okay, where?
No, I'm sorry, that was Tuesday. Let me give myself a little bit more credit.
Okay, 5-day recovery.
Tuesday. It was Tuesday, and I am still sore.
We are testing using collagen recently. We're not sure exactly yet if it's making a huge difference. We have each seen progressions, but we're not sure if it's because we upped how often we work out or if it's because of the collagen. So we'll see. Time will tell.
Right. Stay tuned.
Yeah. For me, week was pretty good. It was a busy week, and particularly today I'm tired. Shout out to friends, but I had to help a friend move yesterday and today. And yeah, moving is just energy.
It's a lot.
I was sweating this morning.
It's a lot. It's a workout.
Sweating.
It is a workout.
Yeah, fully. And drops of sweat were coming down. But yeah, shout out to friends. You know who you are. I'm not going to call you out because I don't know if it's positive or negative at this point of what I'm saying. But much love and appreciated. What else happened this week? I feel like some good Play Black Wall Street things are in the seed planting. We're not going to divulge those as of yet because I want to make sure it happens first. I think I historically have a what's it called? A habit. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate you. I have a habit of saying things before they happen, and sometimes they do happen, sometimes they don't. But either way, it's you want to slow down, let that seed plant, let it sprout, let maybe a piece of fruit come before you start telling people that you got apples. You have an apple.
Hey, world.
Right. At least have an apple before you tell people you have apples. So, but long story short, we appreciate y'all's support in Play Black Wall Street or Black Wall Street, the board game. Please keep supporting, keep telling your friends, keep telling your local bookstores and everyone else who you think should have this game. And we are definitely growing slowly but surely. Slowly.
We are growing slowly.
Boom. And we make up words. What's up? All words are made up. What's up? Anyway, All right, we good? We talk about the topic for today?
Let's do it.
All right, Queen, do you want to do it or do you want me to do it? Topic for the day.
Today, we are talking about morning routines.
Boom. So, without further ado, let's get into the episode. Before we get into it, I know we just did the transition and everything. So I had a...
Come on!
Yeah, my bad, but we're still cutting there. But I had a meeting with Jair. First of all, again, shout out to Jair, our production person. And he was like, yeah, after you and the wife do the whoa. So I love that is a literal landmark. And it's after the whoa. Just put it in there.
Is it pre or post whoa?
Right. But morning routines. The routines of champions. The habits of billionaires, trillionaires, and impact influencers in communities. Let's get into it. So I know the Queen wants to go over just the importance of it. Yeah, go ahead.
Why are we even talking about morning routines? It's not the first time we've talked about morning routines on the podcast, so it must be very important. And so, for me, I like the science. I'm the analytical. So
that she is.
I like to research why. Why is a morning routine important? For a couple of reasons. One, this is something, these are not new things I'm sure I'm going to share. We've all probably experienced this. You make better decisions in the morning generally because you have not been influenced by the world. You have not seen the McGriddle on the McDonald's billboard. You have not seen the Postmates commercial where they ask you,
when you want all you can fried chicken is close or something.
Yeah! When all you can think about it, or when all you can pad thai is think about. I love those things.
Yeah. I see you marketing team at Postmates. We see.
Right. But you haven't seen all of that yet. So you wake up, you have your intentions on this is what I want today to look like. This is what, hopefully you have some type of intentions. This is what I want to do today. And you act on it, right? There's not as many barriers in your way to go ahead and act on what you want to do. The further you go out throughout the day, you're at work now. Somebody stops you on your way to the water cooler or whatever. Now you're not getting your water. Whatever it is. But we are influenced by so many different things once we go about our day. Especially once you leave your house. Then God knows. But long story short, your willpower is highest right when you wake up. So that's why I think it is very important to do some very intentional things to set up your mind, your body, your spirit, to set all that up for success for the day. Because again, you are more likely to accomplish a morning routine than you are, for me, than for a nightly routine. I've tried to come up with a nightly routine. It lasts a couple of days, and then
you're used to I'm gonna drink my tea and I'm gonna read, and it's I'm too tired.
I'm going to bed. This is the barrier between me and the bed.
Yeah.
If I'm ready for bed, I'm just gonna jump in the bed. So that's why I'm much better about sticking to a morning routine than I am to any other type of routine.
Same.
But yeah. And then there is also scientific research that shows there are things like circadian rhythms, which I've talked about. Sounds really fancy. All it means is that there are environmental cues. So when the sun is up, right, your body it sees the vitamin D, it feels that vitamin D, it knows the sun is up. There are certain things that it wants to do and that it expects. Versus when the sun goes down, right, there are hormone levels that respond to that when there's no more light. There are your melatonin goes up. There are hormonal things that happen that make you more tired. And so all of these things are kind of cues to where your body knows roughly what time it is without you having to tell it. If you were to go throughout the whole day without looking at a clock, sure, you wouldn't know to the minute what time it is, but I'm sure you could be able to tell, it's probably...
It's bedtime.
Right, it's right, and a lot of it is around, eating time. Okay, it's about the time I would be eating, so it's probably 8 o'clock, or whatever time you eat in the morning, if you eat in the morning. But I know for me, it would be all right, when my stomach starts growling, I'm all right, it's probably somewhere between 11 and 12, or 11 and 1.
Between 11 a.m. and 12 a.m. is when it's time.
12 p.m.
No, I said a.m. When our stomach growls, it growls all the time. we fast. Like, we're hungry most of the time, except for at night.
That's not true, because I feel like normally when I wake up, right, when I first wake up, your stomach is growling right when you wake up.
11 a.m. to 12 a.m.
Long story short, your circadian rhythm makes it so.
Go back to your big words. There you go. Circadian rhythm, yes.
Makes it so. In the morning time, this is the best thing to get in your workout. There's also science that shows. Shout out to Sean Stevenson, shows that people who work out in the morning are more likely to get better sleep at night and to actually go more efficiently through their sleep cycles. So there's a lot of different things that show if you make healthier choices at the beginning of the day, you're most likely to stick to making healthy choices at the beginning of the day. To where if you wake up and you eat your whatever is a healthy, unhealthy breakfast.
McGriddle.
Sure.
We already said
we did say that. If you wake up and you stop by the McDonald's to make your McGriddle, then you're most likely to get distracted for lunch and dinner as well. And, kind of veer off of whatever course you set yourself on for the day. But what's your experience with why you think a morning routine is good, in the morning specifically?
So, I want to win as soon as possible. I want my body, my mind, my soul to feel a victory as soon as possible. That way I can go the rest of my day with a winning mentality. So if you're able to win the morning, if you're able to conquer the morning, if you say every morning I'm going to do, this is one of mine, 100 push-ups, and you wake up, you do your 100 push-ups, boom, already I feel like I just won. Already I feel disciplined.
Right.
And another, sometimes, probably 5 days out the week, I go on a run, and I go buy a Starbucks. No shade to anyone who is addicted or uses Starbucks on a consistent basis.
I say uses Starbucks.
But
not even just drink Starbucks. He uses Starbucks.
Yes, caffeine is a drug. So anyone who uses or does their thing, no shade to y'all. But every morning I run by the Starbucks, and I feel like it is a sense of empowerment to see all these people who are kind of in line for lack of better words, a drug, or for their coffee, and their morning is already dependent on someone else.
Right.
Like, depending on how long that line is, depending on how many orders the person in front of them had, maybe the person making their cappuccino in the morning messed up, didn't put enough pumps, and all enough pumps or whatever you need. So it's like your morning is literally dependent on so many other people's performance and what they want to do that day. Whereas if you have a morning routine that you're 100% in charge of, it's like you can control that win at the end of the day. So yeah, that's why I like it. I feel like morning routines for me are kind of hit or miss. Like, I used to hit or miss as far as how often I do them. Right now I'm in a really good wave of my morning routine, and we'll go into our morning routines in a second. But back in the day when I used to live with Grandy, shout out to Grandy, my morning routine was pretty good, pretty structured. I would wake up and do kind of something similar I do right now. Lost a lot of weight. I was very focused in business. My finances were right. So I just feel like, most times when I have a good morning routine, I stick to it. Everything else in life starts to fall into place.
Right.
The last thing that I'll say about morning routines is it also gives you a chance to really be selfish during that time. And I'll probably annoy the queen about how selfish I am with my morning routine, but sometimes she'll wake up, she'll come out and try to talk to me. I'm just like, not right now. I'm in the middle of my routine. Right now I'm zoomed in on Devon. I'm the most important person right now. I need to get these things done before I open myself up to the world, to my wife, and to other people. And I feel like that's very important, because I feel like it's rare that we have the opportunity to do that. At our jobs, very rare if you're an entrepreneur, very rare because you always think about the customer.
If
you have kids, almost impossible. Shout out to JT. So it's like, it's just like there's not too many times where you can be 100% selfish and just think, okay, I want to think about myself and what actions do I need to make myself feel the most empowered and feel like a champion this morning. Those are mine.
Yeah, and yes, it is annoying when I have something that's like, ooh, it's right there. I've already been up for an hour and I want to tell you something. But I also respect that, that's your time. You're a very selfless person, so I'm like, I'll give him his selfish moments because he doesn't have too many of them. But you brought up a good point really quickly before we switch, is the winning early on in the day. Because there's also, just it builds I think a sense of confidence for the day. The fact that you said you're going to do something and you do it right from the get-go, like it builds a confidence of like, well, what else can I say and do today? And it doesn't have to be 100 push-ups. You know your girl ain't doing that. But it can be something as simple as like, I am going to wake up and drink water every single day. And if you do that, it's like, okay, I did it. I did what I said I was going to do. It can be as simple as I'm going to make my bed as soon as I wake up. Like, that's a good one that actually not only can make your room look visually, cleaner, but that is, I don't even remember, it was another podcast I was listening to that like appeals to a sense of satisfaction within the brain. That can be good to set you up for the rest of the day.
Yes.
So,
all right, so let's get into our actual morning routines. All right, so Queen, I know you had a certain way you wanted to do this, so go ahead and map us out, please.
I just want to start with let's just go piece by piece. We have similar morning routines. They're not the same, but they're similar. So what is the first thing you do when you wake up? First thing. So I'm gonna try not to be just annoying and say what I do, like turn off my alarm. Take a couple steps.
Yeah. Don't tell me I can be annoying, y'all, easily. That's funny. So I would say the first conscious active thing that I do is I go into the bathroom and I do my tongue scraper. So that's the first thing. And do you want to go into the second, because it's still in the bathroom?
Sure.
And then the second thing is I smile at myself in the mirror.
Oh.
So I scrape my tongue, get off the pollutants, and the Queen taught me that. I had no idea that was important before, but I definitely feel like the difference. It takes the pollutants out because your tongue acts as a filter system for you. So if you're able to scrape off that mesh, that dirty stuff, I do breathe a little bit better, and then obviously your mouth tastes better because you got that out the system.
Breath smells better.
Yeah, and then the smile in the morning is just, again, you want to get a win as soon as possible. So the first thing I do is, boom, purify myself, and then second, bring joy to myself. So those are the two things I saw with.
It's weird that I really want to be a fly on the wall and you smile to yourself in the morning.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but you're welcome to join me if you want to wake up at the same time tomorrow morning. Smile with me. Yeah.